We start our book with the idea of how this parenting with vision and values all comes together with a legacy trip. We do this in a way to tangibly hand off those values as your child enters the high school years at about age 14 and begins to spread their wings of independence. We wanted to save this discussion in our small group times together to wrap up parenting with a plan, as a way to send you off in planning and preparation for this trip. The Legacy Trip is a rite of passage trip that culminates the years of work, modeling, teaching, and training your child that you have been doing. Although you are not finished raising them, we choose this age so you can continue to help them own these values while still under your guidance, mentoring, disciple making, and care. They are starting their independence, but not yet able to be independent. Some of us are convinced that they started that independence at age 2. But seriously, this is a time when they spin off of you and learn to become a full functioning, value-living, Christ-like character person.
Yes.
As they own these values for themselves, it can happen under your parental guidance and direction.
What is a legacy trip? Hey, we're glad you asked. But before we answer this, know that whatever age your children are now, you can adjust and still make this trip a reality. Some of you have come to Christ or into the church as parents of older children. Start from this point. We would encourage parents to grow with their children in these values and let your children know you are learning and growing with them in making these values a part of all of your lives. View it as a family adventure. So although we desire for this process of investing in and instilling these values to start at an early age, that is optimal, but it's not required at all. We have known parents who made this trip at different stages in the high school years of their children or their child's life. Simply put, we believe in the value of instilling these values so your child can take ownership of them. We encourage you to make the legacy trip a parenting priority. This trip then is the time when the child picks the location, but we as parents put together the agenda. You want to get them to a location that they choose and that they like because you want to put them on their turf in their area to relax them and to help them. The location options for these trips are unlimited. It really is up to your child's imagination of where they would like to go, what they would like to do, what they'd like to experience. And of course, it does depend on your budget. But even then, be creative to find what works for them and for you. It could be a destination trip, New York for theater or Disney, Silicon Valley or Washington, D.C., or an event kind of a trip, like different national or state parks. Maybe a number of museums are an option, ballparks, or even roller coasters. Or maybe you simply launch from a location to sightsee while discussing a different value each and every day. The list really is endless. Simply put, choose a place and actively find where your child enjoys so that you are interacting with them on their level to have fun together and enjoy the experience as you engage in this important conversation.
We believe it is best to do the devotional we provide and begin the discussion about the value earlier in the day, which allows for further conversations, clarity, Q&A, and the like throughout the rest of the day. This trip could also include inviting others to join during the trip to speak into the life of your child, or have people write notes to share with them during the trip. We experienced both of these, which helped add value from other mentors or influencers and gave others our children respected a voice to speak into our child's life about these values. We encourage this all to happen in a single trip, but for some, the financial cost might be too great for a legacy trip. But what about backpacking for 6 different days or overnight camping trips? What would it look like to do a bike ride to a destination which would allow you time to talk about the value for that day? Then as you are riding, You can discuss, ask and answer questions, and better communicate the importance and reasoning for each value, while all the while expressing the desire you have for your child to begin to own and operate under this value for their own life. We have attempted to design all things necessary to help you map out, plan, and navigate the most effective legacy trip. As you will find in our book, Faith Legacy, we lay out the whole process. If you visit our website, you can even order the gifts that go with our 6 values.
We would love to talk and walk alongside you. Any of you to help you as we guide, assist, kind of like Sherpas for the legacy trip, at least the journey. Don't hesitate to reach out and allow us to invest in you in this transformational, memory-making experience in the life of your child with their very own legacy.